club on fire. Enrique.
Hi guys, I'm Emily, and this is Bon Appetit. I love cooking, so I'm just gonna share some recipes, my favorite ones, with you guys. Today we're making pasta Ponza, which is a recipe by Gianni De Laurentiis. I saw this on TV and just had to make it. It looks so yummy. So what we're gonna do is take 4 cups of chopped cherry tomatoes. They're nice and halved, so you get a nice tomato in every bite. I pre-cut them so I wouldn't waste any time. But now what we're going to do is butter our baking pan, which is just an 8 by 10 square baking dish. And the easiest way to grease it is just to take a little bit of butter on a paper towel and make sure you get the bottom and the corners so nothing sticks. We want to have our tomatoes roll out nice so we don't miss any of the tasty little morsels that are inside. Now that we have it all nice and buttered, just gotta throw this out. And now what we're gonna do is take our halved tomatoes, 4 cups, and place it in the baking dish. Just toss it around a little bit. You can use just plain red cherry tomatoes, but I like to use the colorful tomatoes because it adds more personality to the dish. Now, my water is boiling over, so what we're going to do is we're going to add 1 pound of penne rigate, which is just penne pasta. Ooh, the water's boiling. So we're just going to put it in here for a couple minutes until it's al dente, which is like 10 couple minutes. And we're going to season it nice, just a couple pinches of salt, and some olive oil so the pasta doesn't stick together and turn into one huge lump of pasta. You just gotta get the olive oil out. It's not working. Okay, it's fine. You don't need the olive oil, so just turn this to a medium high and just let it boil. And to make sure everything is nice and seasoned, just stir it up so nothing sticks to the bottom. Just rest it on my little spoon holder here and just put the top back on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come back to our tomatoes. I have 1/4 of a cup of dry rinsed capers. Capers are little Mediterranean pickled flower buds. I know it might not sound very good, but they're really good. They're really nice and salty, and they add like a nice bite to everything. Now what we're going to do is just add a teaspoon of kosher salt. It's better because it's nice and coarse, so it has more flavor. So we're just going to add just a little bit of that and some fresh pepper. Makes it nice and good. Now what we're going to do is just mix it up with our hands. Make sure everything gets nice and coated. Ooh, lost one. Just make sure, if that happens, just make sure to pre-wash your counter just in case anything falls out. So you can just pop it back in. And make sure to wash your hands too, because you don't want to touch any of your food with dirty hands. I washed my hands before, so I wouldn't waste any time. Just wash your hands off from mixing all that. And we have 1/2 cup of Italian-style breadcrumbs. Just flatten this out and just sprinkle the breadcrumbs over. Half a cup of breadcrumbs. And let's see, actually I have a fresh thing of extra virgin olive oil right here, since our other isn't working. Why do they have to make these things so difficult? Okay, there we go, finally. And just drizzle it over the top. Just kind of shake it up a little bit so everything gets the olive oil on it. The breadcrumbs are going to make a nice, delicious crust. So when we bake it, we get it out and it's nice and crispy and delicious. Let me check my recipe really quick. we have pretty much everything. Okay, now what we're going to do is put it into our preheated oven, which is at 375 degrees. And we're going to bake it for 30 to 35 minutes. Just place it in. Oh, nice and hot. Just place it in. We're going to time it for 32 minutes. Nice in the middle so it doesn't get up in there. How's that close up good? You see nice in my face? Yeah, definitely. So, what we're going to do is, and we also have 1 1/4 cup of Parmigiano cheese, which we're going to put the pasta, we're going to top the pasta with so it gets nice and melty. But right now we're just going to cut 1/4 of a cup of parsley. I'm going to go get my knife over here. Oh, bring out the big knife. Okay. And just remember to keep your fingers back when you chop things. Keep the stems out because those aren't very delicious. Just chop up your parsley. Oh, more stems. Just chop it up nice and fine. This is, oh, I wish you could be here. It just smells so fresh and clean. Parsley is like one of the best smells ever. It's nice and fresh, and it kind of reminds you of just like walking through a garden. It's just so delicious. It's nice and fresh, and we're just gonna, when everything comes out, when the tomatoes come out of the oven and the pasta comes out of the hot water, what we're gonna do is just add some parsley to the top after we toss it for a nice garnish. I don't think we can make such a long video and make you guys, so I don't want to bore you guys. So what I'm going to do is just stop everything right now and just come back tomorrow. So just come back tomorrow, where I'll show you the finished tomato, and I'll throw everything together and
set the club on fire. Enrique, holla at him like, girl, please excuse me if I'm coming too strong, but tonight is the night we can really let go.